We had this one guy, like 42. He brought in maybe 42 pairs of Jordans. But it's that kind of loyalty to a brand, loyalty to the idea that this is something that does define you.
Start up the phonograph.
Party people in a place to be. Want a fresh style? Let me show you.
My name's Hayden. I work at Sneaker Store. I'm the manager here. But yeah, we are a consignment store. We kind of deal with selling expensive sneakers, clothes, that kind of deal. Yeah, the rare stuff, so collectibles. Yeah, definitely is a culture for sneakers, hype, fashion, that kind of thing in Australia. There were no real stores like us when we came up. There were stores selling Supreme, stores selling Bape, that kind of deal, all the hype stuff. But there wasn't really a consignment store that people kind of knew that was where to go. But aside from that, a real big key was SneakerCon last year. They're a pretty well-established sneaker convention, and they had their first Australian convention last year actually. The turnout, it's alright, not many sellers, but it kind of really did establish the idea that, hey, there is this community in Australia. I get a lot of customers that have no idea what the concept means. They don't really understand why everything's wrapped. That's a good one. But in regards to that specifically, as a consignment store, we kind of act as the middleman to sales. Essentially, instead of putting your item online on Facebook or eBay, you come, leave it in our store, and when it sells to the next person, we take a commission fee. So essentially, we connect the buyer and the seller. And when it comes to the kind of items that we deal with, there are a lot of fakes in the industry. And what we do here is we essentially authenticate and we ensure that our customers are confident that when they shop with us, they're happy that everything's real, they're comfortable, that they know they're not getting shafted. There are definitely times where we've heard stuff that we're not meant to hear, but obviously if there's money involved, anybody would really do it. Yeah. And especially in an industry like this with reselling, if I can make $500 easily, I will. Because I remember one time, when was this? This was a few weeks back. It was a Pharrell Williams Human Race MD. I had friends that were there. They didn't even get a pair and they were camping for days. Someone came and told us that they actually had extra pairs in the store. So obviously, as soon as they told us, I'm out of here, I buy my pair, $340 was retail. I have a friend that works at Hype. I was like, hey man, I'll give you $400. You go buy the shoe, keep the 40 for you, just give me the shoe. I sold both two pairs in this store for about 800. So essentially, yeah, I mean, like when it comes to reselling, people are gonna do whatever they can. Yep, so specifically when it comes to a line though, a store will address a time, they'll say, hey guys, 9 PM, this shoe is dropping. There are times where at Sneaker Boy, just downstairs, they've been like, hey guys, it's a raffle. But suddenly they've changed to a line and people will sprint, they'll push whatever gets them ahead of the next guy. But essentially with the lines, it is very much a first come, first served basis. And to that extent, it's a bit tricky though, because there are definitely regulars who are known in the community. How it's like, if there's a drop, you know this person's gonna be there. You know they're gonna be reselling. And I feel like it's hard to get into, especially as a nobody, because there are definitely hierarchies, there are definitely mentalities, there are groups of people who, this is what they do. So you can't really just rock up. And there have been times where people it's usually kids, and they don't understand that there are rules. There's like an etiquette. There are people you can't, like, say to speak, disrespect. Otherwise you come back and someone's thrown all your stuff out.
We are in Sneaker Boy Melbourne. I'm just trying to score some Yeezys at Sneaker Boy today.
We're at Sneaker Boy, they're releasing the Yeezy 500 Super Moon Yellow. I came around 6:45.
Yesterday around 6 PM. I got here about half an hour ago, so it's like 8:30. It's time, yeah, 8:30.
And that's why, if people essentially kind of work together, if you have groups, if you have friends, if you know people, they can make that process a lot easier. And that kind of expands the concept. Because when people come together, obviously they find ways to cut corners. So one thing specifically is kind of ghosting. So you've got ghost chairs. You'll leave a chair there, you'll come back when someone has to tick you off a roll call. And that's where the hierarchy kind of begins. There's always going to be a top dog, and in that aspect, you want to be on the good side of whoever is at the top. Because if they suddenly decide, hey, you didn't bump my post on Facebook, or you didn't like my comment, or I heard you said this about me, they'll kick you out of the line. The store won't do anything because that's not their responsibility. I mean, once it's outside of the store, like it's a whole different game. But that's why you really owe it to the people in the line. Make sure you make friends. Be nice to everyone, because chances are, if you're not nice to people, if people have any reason not to like you, they will make it very hard for you.
I'm Shane. I've been getting into the scene, the streetwear scene, for 2 years now. What really interests me about this whole thing is the really bizarre things people are trying to push in everyday lifestyle and all the trends that come and go. So it all really kind of fell into place. I'd say the start of 2017. I started to become more aware of my own image and look, and really what looked good to me. I kind of sought myself after, and I was like, hey, I like this. My friends are wearing this. I think it looks good. Let's kind of take my own little spin on it. So that's what I've kind of been adapting into my own little lifestyle kind of thing. So sneakers, yeah, it's kind of weird because unlike a actual sport or hobby, you can't really do or play competitively with a piece of clothing. You can really take the intricacies and the culture behind it, just like in sport or any hobby really. Just kind of appreciate, as a community, as all hobbies and interests do, they all do have their own communities, and it's really nice to see it all come together. And when you find something you're really interested in, you want to just keep pursuing it deeper and deeper, and just how far the rabbit hole really goes, I guess, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm really just trying to explore this and seeing what I like, and it's definitely a thing that's definitely going to be something I try and explore more in the future. For good reason, a lot of the stuff that I'm into is, in my opinion, really cool. And that's the thing with all this fashion and streetwear is it's all expressing yourself the way you want to be seen. And it doesn't care what other people think. It's more so how you can express yourself and how others express themselves. That's in its rawest form, that's how it is.